About the Stammering Association of Pakistan. You were talking about the sort of machinations of setting it up and how it was all going. So how's it all going now?
It's all happening. It's unreal, but it's happening.
Good.
We have a chapter in Islamabad.
Oh, well done.
And we have a chapter in Karachi.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have two now?
Yeah, we have two, and we're hoping to start another in Lahore pretty soon.
Well done.
Yep.
Okay, let's change the thing a bit. I'm going to ask you now. How many members do you have? All together, like nationwide?
Yeah, so altogether we have approximately 70 members.
That's quite a lot, isn't it?
Who are actually helping us organize ourselves and do this.
Pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, so there are individuals from the International Stuttering Association, the NSA, BSA. They've all been very, very supportive. So.
And you're happy the way it's all worked out?
Yeah, it's just there, but there's so much more it can do and
really
grow to. So I'm very, very excited about what lies ahead.
Good for you.
So.
And it's been now how many years now since you started? Was it like 2 years, 3 years?
No. It was.
You initiated it.
It actually started out in November last year. We had our first support group meeting in Karachi, and so I'd say it started last year. It's very, very new.
Early days, but moving forward. That's what I like to hear. Moving forward, always moving forward.
And actually, to add to that, we are preparing for our first national stammering conference. It should make a statement, hopefully get more people interested.
I know you. I know this young lady.
I was just wondering, you've said several times, that the international influence, how important is that? Because they're obviously bringing in experience.
Exactly.
And they're opening out, they're training. Are they training you as well? What's the process? And
so, I, ambitious Julia, came back to Pakistan in August last year, and I saw that I had such a hard time speaking and prior to that I was in the States for 8 years, so I had a really hard time speaking using the technique I had been taught, and I was like, why is it so hard? This is home, it should be fine. But the main reason it was so hard for me is that I didn't have the support system I had in the States. I attended the support group meetings of the National Stuttering Association of America. So I thought, you know what, it is time to have this here. And I know that I am obviously not the only person in Karachi or in Pakistan who stammers. There have to be more people and bring us together, and that's what I need. And so I kind of did it for selfish reasons. I wanted other.
But hey, it worked for everybody else as well. So
it's
got really good. There's the upside to all of this. What are some of the issues that your societies had to face? Has it been very difficult setting it up?
I think the biggest challenge that we will have as an organization is trying to break away the stigmas that society has imposed on us. And
when you say stigmas, you're talking about this?
So I'll elaborate on the stigmas by 2 examples. If you take arranged marriages, I think and I know that there's quite a bit of discrimination in the selection process based on having a stammer or any other thing out of the norm. So I think that needs to be more open. Individuals have to be more aware and understand that it isn't such a big deal. Aside from that, I think as hard as it is for the individual who stammers, I think it's equally hard on the parents of the individual who stammer. And an example of that is a parent of a person who stammers told me that they were told by friends and family that it is that it is because they have committed a huge sin that they're like, paying for it through their child struggles with their speech. And I think it's nobody's fault that you stammer. It isn't the person's fault. It isn't the parent's fault. So all of these kind of extra burdens that are put on people and families of those who stammer are completely unnecessary. And I don't know how, but I would hope to break away
you
those
would want to change that.
Yeah.
Julia, can I ask you just the most basic, ridiculous question, and I feel ridiculous asking it, but as a person who stammers, ideally, how would you like people to just be with you, you know, and what are the things that just irritate you the most or upset you the most?
That's a very good question. I think the straightforward answer to that is don't complete my words for me. Be patient and keep eye contact. Don't cringe your face. You know, you get that strange expression when you're stammering. You know, uh-oh, I'm stammering, and they're letting me know. If you can, just keep a calm face, patience. But I think it's equally important to address all the fluent speakers out there. Imagine worrying about being able to say hello if the phone's close by. Imagine being in class and being stressed out about asking a question because you're scared you'll stammer. Imagine worrying about how your peers think of you. Imagine worrying about the peers having pity on you when you don't need that, and that's not what you want. Now, moving over to those who do stammer, imagine being old and thinking I spent my whole life worrying about words. This is the time to change. I think people can change. People can be patient. People can be anything you ask them to be. People don't purposely mean to hurt you, but this is the time to eradicate all embarrassment, frustration, all those emotions you have to the stammer. It's about being okay stammering, but say, I'll stammer, but I'll still come on TV and talk.
Or I'll be who I want to be.
Yeah, and to show people that it isn't really anything to be ashamed of, and you know it and you feel it. I think you can't always change people, but the moment you're able to be okay with who you are, 80% of the struggle is gone. I mean, it's amazing how fluent I am when I don't want to be fluent, but when I do, it's so
that's typical. I could give you 200 examples of, you know, doing the show and you know, you're eloquent and verbose in normal life, and here I'm like, it's very good. It's very nice. You know, your vocabulary is limited.
You start off, you ask half the question, you lost the other half. I've done that. Oh, that's normal, Julia.
You've said something that's really inspired me, that, you know, you have to just move on and not be concerned with this one little thing and not want to be viewed as that. What did it take for you to just be so liberated and just be like, you know what, I mean, I'm over this problem? Because I mean, people who are watching, and if they have a stammer, what did it take you to get to this confidence?
At some point, but I still have a long way to go. It's a lot easier to say than to do, and I still struggle with this fear of stammering itself. But I think it almost has to hurt you enough to reach a point where you want to change it.
Action.
Then I spent 13 months being unemployed because I could not do interviews. I'd get a phone call, hello would not come out, and then in my head I'm thinking, forget it, not gonna get the interview. Downhill. 13 months of I was unemployed, struggled, and felt so down about everything. You know, it's about feeling that I'm able to do that, but then you hold back, saying, "Oh, but maybe I'll fail," and "Oh, I can't help it. I stammer, and it isn't my fault at all, and the world is mean." And then you go through phases, well, but speech therapy didn't help me before. And you have this struggle with yourself, but I just reached a point, and then I